Good morning. Today we are still with trains. Peter gets a notice that he must come and see the general commander of the national intelligence of South Africa. And he has to see him at the national intelligence headquarters. Now, for purposes of our story, the national headquarters of South Africa is situated in the shunting yard of the Cape Town station. And the whole train has been luxuriously equipped with highly technical equipment and everything that's necessary to do surveillance and everything that the intelligence service must do. So Peter has to go and see the general. Everybody wants him dead. Seems like the national intelligence, Antonio Rodriguez and his drug cartel, everybody thinks he knows anything about gold. He knows everything about the gold, which is not true, but they didn't know that. So this is where the story takes us today. Okay, let's go to something about the history of the time. Once again, we're still in Pilgrim's Rest. Shortly after the gold was discovered in the Pilgrim's Rest area in the eastern Transvaal. Actual fact, the first gold was discovered at the Mac Falls. And the reason why the falls is up to this day called the Mac Falls is that there were so many Scottish diggers that assembled there. It was a whole cosmopolitan assembly of people coming from all over the world, but there was a lot of Scottish diggers as well. Interestingly enough, I have seen that in a place like China, gold was used for plating. The gold were hammered into a thin foil and then applied to other objects for decorative purposes, which was something else that happened as what happened in the rest of the Western world at the time. An interesting story of the time is the one story of Alex Patterson, called Wheelbarrow Patterson. He was a slow-moving, taciturn man, and he started working at the Mac Falls. But he was a loner, and when there was too many people working the Mac Falls, he decided to move on, and he actually discovered the Pilgrim's Rest gold fields in the Peachtree Creek, now known as the Pilgrim's Rest Creek. And he was called Wheelbarrow because he wheelbarrowed all his earthly belongings in a wheelbarrow from point A to B. There's this legend that he even wheelbarrowed his earthly belongings from Cape Town, first to Kimberley and then to Pilgrim's Rest, which is a distance of 2,000 kilometers. Nobody knows whether that's true, but that's the story. Interesting personality. Our South African of the day today is Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah is probably one of South Africa's most famous stand-up comedians and well loved in South Africa for his balanced and sharp commentary of the politics of South Africa. He is, however, now the host of The Daily Show, an American news program on Comedy Central, and lost for South Africa. Maybe for the moment, we don't know. One thing about stand-up comedians is like sport and humor. It's uplifting for the spirits. It's like music and it's like art and nature. There's certain things in life that uplift you as a human being, and comedy being one of that. Trevor Noah did a great job in South Africa being a stand-up comedian. Our one-liner for the day. No man has ever injured his eyesight by looking at the bright side. So keep up the good work. See you next week. Bye.